Alright, today I'm going to give you guys a detailed look at this SH Figuarts Thanos figure, and it is from Endgame, and this is the Final Battle Edition. So I'm gonna show you guys what this figure looks like, and then at the end probably do a comparison with the other two SH Figuarts Thanos that came out before this, and also with the Marvel Legends version. So there's the box, let's get into it. Alright, and here we have Thanos outside of packaging, and let's go over the accessories first. First it comes with this tube for him to sit on, and then it comes with this rock for the for this weapon to sit on, and then he comes with two extra heads. Now these are separate from what he has on right now. This one has an it's the helmet with the face on it, but these are actual heads, so you can have these expression inside this helmet here. And then comes with a bunch of hands, and then a gauntlet hand with all the stones and one without. And let's take a quick look at the figure itself. So here's Thanos just standing. Just want to show you guys what it looks like first. And here we have a side view of Thanos. And here's the back view. So engineering on this one is definitely a little bit different than all the previous versions, which I'll show off in a sec. Alright, so let us show off Thanos Articulation first. Head is on a ball joint, but it is very limited due to the armor. There's also a neck joint, so it allows his head to move forward a little bit, so it gives him a little bit more range. Let me take the helmet off first, and put in the regular head, so it's just easier to show you range of motion. Actually, I think I'll leave the helmet on for now because I want to show you what he could do with the helmet on. So he could look sideways a little bit. Pretty decent, actually pretty good. Up, as far as looking up, yes, he could do that. When you pitch his head, the neck forward a little bit, then he could look up a little bit more. There we go. And looking down, yes, he could do that too. So actually really good range. And then what's new about this figure is that these two pieces are on hinges, on these ball hinge back here, so you can move them out of the way for posing purposes. Then let's see, as far as the shoulders is concerned, this piece right here, it falls off quite easily. There's nothing to really attach to except for this groove section. Let's see, here, this indentation down here where the shoulder ball hinge joint is where you attach this shoulder armor to. It doesn't stay on very secure, but I mean, yeah, it doesn't stay on at all, actually. A little finagling, then you could probably get it on and keep it intact. Another issue is this piece right here with the bicep keeps falling off. This one I glued in because the arm is removable on this side. So I didn't glue in this piece, I just glued two pieces together, so it's more of a ring now that goes over the bicep section. But on this side I didn't glue it in because I wasn't able to remove this arm, so it does fall apart quite easily. I don't like that at all. Same with these shoulder pads here. They do tend to fall off quite easily. So when you first get this figure, I wouldn't be surprised if these were already off inside the packaging, and then these will come off once you start handling the figure. And here's what it looks like. You can see there are two tabs right there. It's supposed to go into each other, and it's supposed to stay on, which it doesn't really. So for the sake of not being completely frustrated over this video, I'm just gonna leave them off. I'll leave this one off for now for the rest of the video. I might even take the shoulder pieces off too, because they do tend to fall off. So as far as range of motion, it can go up about that much, and then once you lower the arm back down, this thing will tend to be not in the right position, but whatever. No bicep swivel. There is a single jointed elbow, so it gives you about 90 degrees there, and ball hinge wrist. And the same with all the other figures. Golly, I'm just gonna do autofocus, my god. Okay, so here you can see there's the ball hinge joint, and fits in there quite easily actually. Yeah, right there. Yeah, I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. Okay, and as far as the torso, let's see, it gives you I mean, not great as far as range motion. A little bit forward, a little bit backward. Not a whole lot, because there's not a whole lot of room for it to move around, actually. And then as for the legs, these are the newer legs. They're the hinge stuff, not the ball joints, which I like. I actually prefer these a little bit more. And the skirt is on a rubbery piece, so it doesn't impede with the articulation. So you can see he could raise his leg up a little over 90. Well, no, I guess it's about 90 degrees. And then knee bend, single joint, but gives you a little more than 90. And then there's a ball hinge ankle and toes articulation. So with this one, the pose you want is of course him sitting, waiting for the Avengers to come and battle him. So you're gonna have to do a sitting pose. So let's do that right now. And here, see Thanos is sitting, waiting for the Avengers. And I guess something like that. And could tilt his head, looking towards the side a little bit. And then here comes this piece right here, this little piece of rock. Put it on the side here, and then have this weapon standing like that. And then if you want, you can take the helmet off. And for the helmet to come off, all you have to do is remove the front portion. Just slide that piece off, and there's the face. And then you just slide off the back piece as well. It's held on with a little bit of a a tab back here. And then this whole face is removable, along with the peg. You remove all those. And then now you want to put a head on here, on Thanos. And now you got the angry Thanos waiting to battle. So here, I'm gonna have the angry Thanos sitting here, waiting for the Avengers. And I am going to put the helmet back together. So, just tabbing this piece back in place here. If I could do it properly. There we go. So now you have a helmet. And I noticed one side has a little bit of a damaged look to it. You can see the horn section here. It's not. It's on this side where it sticks out a little bit, but it's not on this side. Kind of strange. I don't know if that's on purpose or on just mine, but that's how it looks. And I could leave that on top of the weapon here. And there you have Thanos sitting, waiting for the Avengers. Now I get what they're trying to do with this set, a little more playability. So you could remove pieces, because throughout that final battle scene, there are pieces falling off of Thanos. So you could remove those 2 pieces, and then you'll have him just with the armor on, but without the shoulder protections. And then I guess the helmet, same thing. There's one corner of it's been chipped away, and then I think it's meant to show that because he's battling the Avengers, so things get broken off of him and stuff like that. So and then another thing is to remove this arm, you just have to pull, and it should come right off. And then this is the piece that I told you about, and I glued it together. I glued the 2 pieces together, so now it stays in place. And then you could put in the arm with the gauntlet, infinity, no, nothing, yeah, the gauntlet. It's not the infinity gauntlet, but it is a gauntlet. I probably have to do it off camera because it's super tight. Alright, then there you have it right here. Here's the gauntlet hand. There's the gauntlet. And right there, let's see, let's get that in focus right here. You can see all the gems are removed from this gauntlet. And he's getting ready to snap his fingers. Really cool. As far as facial expressions, actually there's another one which I am not a fan of, which is this one right here. It's got that weird grin, or lack of a grin. It's just weird. The eyes are just so weird on this one. Let me zoom in a little bit more, show you guys. See that this whole facial expression is just weird looking. I don't like this at all. I mean, it's supposed to be a grinning one, somewhat of a grinning one, but the eyes are just really bad. I mean, down here is alright. The eyes are just squinting somehow and just doesn't look right at all. And here's the other hand, well, the fist with all the stones attached. So there you go, all the infinity stones attached to this one, which is nice. I like that. Let's get Thanos back in focus right there. So really good. Okay, so here's a comparison with all 4 Thanos I have in my collection. The one on the left, far left here, is the Endgame version, and then here is the Endgame Final Battle version. Here's the Infinity War version, and here's the Hasbro Infinity War version. So as you can see, the Legend is definitely the tallest of them all, and then this one is actually, these 3 are from the same company, but actually this one is much shorter. I don't know why. Maybe because the shoes is different. Maybe it gives him a little less height once he takes off all the armor pieces. Not sure, but he is shorter, and these 2 are pretty much the same height. And I think this one is just a tad bit taller. So here are all 4 of them, and the armor pieces, they are painted differently. This one, these 2 are pretty much got a nice metallic, almost gloss. No, it's just a matte finish to them, but they're different. That one's more yellowish, this one's more goldish, and then this one is worn down, so it has a bit of a wash on it, and the same with this guy, has a bit of a wash on it. Yeah, but as far as articulation, this one has a really good ab crunch. Look at that, from Legends. But yeah, facial expression is nice too on this head itself. This one is that after he snaps his finger, so he's kind of sad looking. But when they made this one, they should have cut the ear off, because he barely has a ear on this side when he has this kind of gunk on his head here. But they didn't. So let's see if these heads are interchangeable. Alright, here's the waiting type of head sculpt. This one actually it fits a little loose on this ball joint there, but it does fit in. Another issue I have is that the skin tone is different now. This one is a little more bluish. The head on this is a little more bluish than the body. You can see the body is more of a purplish, but the head is a little bluish. So even though it fits, skin tone's different, so kind of sucks. Okay, so it looks like this Endgame version, this one also has helmet and it has faces, and the faces will fit on this Endgame version, the final battle version. So that's nice. So you have a few more options to play around with if you own the previous Endgame version, which is this one. If you own this one, then you have a few more faces to play with. Alright, first set. The one on the left is the face for the regular Endgame version. That's the face. And the head on the right is the Endgame battle damage version, the final battle version. So they are exactly the same facial expression. So if you want the helmet for your final battle version to have this face while he's wearing the helmet, then you could swap that out. And then same with the angry head. Let's see, this one's the face on the left, which is the regular Endgame version, and the head with the angry face, the angry head is the Endgame final battle version. And then here are the two vanilla faces. The one on the left, of course, is the regular Endgame, and the one on the right is the Endgame final battle version. So they look identical, it's just one is painted a little bit deeper. I think the one on the left is a little bit deeper, on the right it's a little bit softer as far as weathering is concerned. So you have options now. And the purple paint seems to be almost exact the same. Alright, so I attempted to pull the arm off of this one, and you can see the top section is a ball joint. So there's a socket right there. So you can remove this if you want to. The bottom section, for some reason, it just wouldn't come out. So I'm not exactly sure if it's the same as this arm, same as the other arm where it has a peg system on there, just a straight down peg, but it's not moving. So I'm not gonna attempt to force it. But I'm glad to see that it's only a ball joint here. So what I'm doing now is I'm gluing this piece together. So now it's going to turn into a ring where I could just situate it up the arm and put the arm back on and be done with it. So this piece wouldn't come loose every time I touch it. I mean, it wouldn't come apart every time I touch it. So at the end of the day, is this figure worth getting? It's gonna cost you quite a bit of money. This one is gonna set you back about $130, somewhere around there. Maybe a few dollars less, a few dollars more, but it's going up there. This is the most accurate Thanos I have from SHF. The armor, the shoulder, those wingtips, they don't stay put quite nicely. This, you can see the side is flipping up a little bit due to the shoulder armor, which I think if I pull the arm down a little bit, it should fix that issue. Let's see, those armbands, they are a pain in the butt because they do tend to fall apart So if you're willing to glue them, or if you're okay with them falling off every time you touch it, then you're fine with this. And same with those shoulder pads, they don't stay on too well. And if you could overlook those, since I glued these armbands on, I'm fine with them now. But the shoulder sections, most of the time I just take them off, and then if I do a specific pose, then I probably will put them back on. But for messing around, I probably will take those off, like for reviews and stuff. And here's the weapon. It's definitely the correct version, because the first Endgame version, the weapon is completely off. It doesn't even look like this at all. And this one, it's perfect. So if you already have the other versions, depends on whether you need this one or not. I say it's not. I mean, I don't mind having it, but if you just want one and you already have one of the SHF, maybe save your money for another figure, because it is quite expensive. But if you don't have a Thanos and you're thinking about getting one, and if you're okay with all the issues, then this might be the one for you. So there you have it. There's the Endgame final battle version of Thanos from SH Figuarts. Thanks for watching.